How are jazz jam bands different from regular jam bands? Have you ever wondered what sets jazz jam bands apart from regular jam bands? Both types of bands share a love for improvisation, but their musical styles and approaches vary significantly. Let's break it down. Jazz jam bands primarily draw from jazz traditions, including jazz fusion and free jazz. Their improvisations often feature complex chord changes and sophisticated harmonies. This creates a unique sound that is distinctly jazz. On the other hand, regular jam bands pull influences from a wider range of genres. These can include psychedelic rock, blues, country, folk, funk, and even electronic music. While jazz jam bands focus on jazz idioms, regular jam bands blend multiple genres into their extended jams, often rooted in rock or roots music. When it comes to improvisational style, jazz jam bands emphasize techniques that are deeply rooted in jazz. This includes modal playing and intricate melodic development. Their jams can feature dense, free-form blowing and abstract musical ideas. Regular jam bands, while still improvisational, often focus on groove-based jamming. They may use extended solos over simpler chord progressions and create seamless transitions between songs. This results in a more fluid and genre-crossing style. Both jazz jam bands and regular jam bands are known for their long performances and extended songs. However, jazz jam bands might lean more toward exploratory improvisation, which can vary widely in form and intensity. Regular jam bands typically structure their shows to include long sets where songs flow into one another. This creates a continuous musical journey that may incorporate various genres and moods. Audience interaction also differs between the two. Jazz jam bands attract listeners who appreciate the nuance and technical skill of jazz improvisation. These audiences tend to engage in a more attentive, musically focused way. In contrast, regular jam bands cultivate a communal atmosphere. The emphasis is on collective enjoyment and the unpredictability of the live experience. Historically, the term jam band originally referred to jazz groups in the 1930s that played minimally prepared, improvised compositions. Over time, jam bands evolved to include rock and other genres. However, jazz jam bands maintain a closer connection to the original jazz improvisational spirit. The Grateful Dead and similar groups popularized the jam band concept in rock, but jazz jam bands keep improvisation as the core of their music. In practical terms, jazz jam bands serve as a bridge between jazz tradition and the broader jam band culture. They offer improvisational performances that highlight jazz harmony, rhythm, and interaction. Regular jam bands provide a more eclectic experience that often incorporates jazz elements but is not confined to them. Both contribute uniquely to the live music scene by celebrating spontaneous creation and extended musical exploration.